Hello sir, today I am going to do the linked list program. In this, first I've taken include IO stream, which is the header file for CPP, using namespace std to call all the standard library functions. I've taken a structure node and I've taken a initialize int data with integer type. I've taken a node as a pointer link. I've closed the structure and then I've taken a pointer head, which I've initialized to null. First of all, I'm making a function insert in the front. This helps me to insert the given data in the front of the list. Here, first I've created a new node. Node equals to new node equals new node equals to new node. Here I've taken the input from the user as in enter the data to be inserted in front, and then the new node data is inserted. If the head is null, that is the head is empty, then the head will be new node. That is, and the new node will be having a link that will be initialized to null as after the new node there's nothing else as the as the list is empty. In the else, that is assume that the list already has variables in it. Then the new node will be given to link, which will be given to head, and then head will be the new node. Next function is to insert at the end. Here I've again created a new node that is pointer with pointer temp, and the data to be inserted at the end will be given by the user. Temp data, and then the temp link, the link of the temp is null as it is in the end of the node. If the head is null, then head equals to temp, as in if the head is empty, then head equals to temp. Else, if the node pointer equals to head, while last of link is not equals to null. That is, if there are more in the linked list, then last equals to last link. Then last link equals to temp. In this function, we'll insert in the middle. I've taken an integer n. I've taken a node with pointer temp and pointer PIV per as of the previous thing, and then temp equals to new node. Here, see out the data is to be inserted is to be entered by the user, and then the temp data C and temp data is taken. If the head is null, as in the head is as in it is empty, then it will print the list is empty, and the data which the user has inserted will be the only data will be printed. And then the temp link, that is the the next address pointer will be null, as there is nothing else after this. And then the head will be temp. And then here we have to enter the node number, as in at which node we want to insert. If it's not null, then the node number should be entered, as in which node we have to insert it. The previous equals to the head. The previous value is taken as the head here, and a for loop is given, which I is initialized to 1, I is less than n minus 1, and I plus plus. I will be incremented each time. If the previous link, that is the previous link, as in the previous address is null, then the node does not exist and it will break. And the previous will be the previous address, and then temp address will be the previous address. Previous address equals to temp. To delete in the front, I've taken new node pointer temp, and then see out a deleted element will be printed over here. If this is head data, the deleted element that we want to delete. If the header is null, then it is seen that the list is completely empty, and hence cout list is empty will be printed. Then temp equals to head, and head equals to temp link, that is the next data, and delete temp. If you want to delete at the end, then I've taken your node and then pointer prev equals to head. I've initialized it to head, and then the last pointer will be initialized to head, and then if head equals to null, then the list will be empty. If the last link equals to null, then the output will be from back deleted as last data, the data which has been deleted. Then head will be null, and delete last. Last will be deleted. Else, while last of link is not equals to null, previous will become last, and last will point out to the last address. And then from the output will be from back deleted element as the last data, the data that we have which we have deleted. Um, and the previous address will be null. Last will be deleted. If you have to delete in the middle, first of all, if head equals to null, then as seen before itself, then the list will be empty. I've taken an integer n, and then we have to enter the node number. According to that node number, the data will be deleted. The node pointer temp equals to head is initialized to head, and node prev is also initialized to head. If n equals to 1, that is the node equals to 1, that is the first node, then it's deleted in the front. If I've taken a for loop here, that int I equals to 1 and I is less than n, and I is incremented each time. If temp equals to null, then the node does not exist. And then previous equals to temp, previous is equalized to temp, and temp will be the next temp link. The previous link will be equated to the temp link, and then the data deleted will be printed. To display, I have taken a node pointer temp equals to head, and if head is null, then the list will be empty. While temp is not equals to null, then the cout data will be printed. Temp equals to temp link, as in the next address it will go on. For searching this, I've taken initialized a number, a position 1 and a flag 0. I've taken a node pointers temp equals to head. Where first of all the user has to enter the data to be the number to be searched. The number is taken in cin, and then while the temp is not equals to null, if the temp is equals to null, then list is empty. So while the temp is not equals to null, if temp of data is equals to null, that is the data that we entered, then the position is found and the position is printed. And flag plus plus and flag will be incremented, and then it blinks. And the temp will be given to temp link, that is the next address, and then the position will be incremented. If it's not there, then it will go on incrementing and it will go on searching. If flag equals to 0, that is the temp is not equal, temp is equal to null, then there is the number is not found. Here I have taken the main function, I have taken int option, this integer option, character ch, and then inside do while loop I have taken for the user to enter, I have given them 8 options: insert in the front, end, middle, delete in the front, end, middle, display, and search. And then the operation is to be selected inside the switch case. If anything else is selected, then all 8 options is displayed. If you would like to continue, press 5. That's it, and I will run this program. First of all, to insert, enter the data 1 like this. I've inserted another data 5. Yes. And then one more data is inserted in the middle. Your node number is to be given. And then I'll display it first. The 1, 2, 5, this is what we have entered. And then I'll delete. The deleted element is 1, this is the first element which is deleted. To delete in the end, from back, 5 is deleted. Delete in the middle, for that we'll have to insert more elements. Now to delete it in the middle, the node number I've taken is 2, and the deleted data is also 2 over here. Then I'll display it. 3, 2 is the only thing left in the list. And then we'll do an operation search. Enter the number to be searched 2. The position is found at number 2, as is at number 2. That's it. Thank you, sir.